Hey guys, and welcome back to the next video. Today we want to talk a little bit about the town hall level that are pretty much a little bit forgotten, at least on my YouTube channel. And I want to try to explain to you why I'm mainly bringing town hall 12 content and what's the thinking behind that. Why I'm rarely bringing any town hall 11, 10 or 9 content while doing no content for town hall 8 or below. Why I'm doing so, I will show you a couple of replays in the background. And well, most of those armies I'm showing you today are pretty much the most effective way on to triple on the town hall levels. I will show you guys town hall 11 and town hall 10. We are starting off with town hall 10, and we are starting off with kind of mass witches. Frozen witches are some guys calling this strategy. So that's one of the really good strategies out there. And that's already my first point. On town hall 11, 10 or below, pretty much any troop is working on that town hall level, which means you can combine most of your troops and get a army which has the potential to 3-star base. Like if it's Queen Charge Baby Dragons, or if it's something else, you can triple with that army. And Queen Charge Baby Dragon is actually a really good army on Town Hall 9 or Town Hall 10 right now. So if you guys want to try that out, go for it. But what I want to talk about now mainly is there's differences between what is possible to triple and what is really effective, like try-harding triples kinda. So if you are searching for a good and easy strategy, I think for Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 10, it's for sure the drag bet. It's super simple and really, really strong. As well, you can go for stuff like the witches. It's not too hard as well. And there are a lot of possibilities. But I don't want to talk too much about the strategy itself. I want to explain more why I'm more concentrating on Town Hall 12 on my YouTube channel. Not only on the English one, on the German one as well. On the German one, I'm rarely bringing any Town Hall 11 or below content. And the reason behind that is pretty simple, because there's no difference whether I'm showing Town Hall 11, 10, or 12 content. Compared when I'm showing Town Hall 12, I know everyone below can kinda, when I'm doing a guide, they can easily copy this strategy. But for example, if I do a guide for Town Hall 10, then it's really hard for Town Hall levels above that to use that strategy, because they have things more than other guys. Which means if I explain something for Town Hall 12, everyone can kind of relate to that. Let's say I'm explaining Suilalo for Town Hall 12, then everyone knows, okay, I'm a Town Hall 10, I don't have a Gear Tesla, so I ignore it. So I can just go the checklist through for my heroes. For example, what I told you guys in the video, go for the Town Hall if you want to, go for the Queen, go for the Eagle, try to go for Inferno Towers. If you're going through that list and you know, okay, I don't have a Gear Tester, so I don't need to go for the Town Hall. I don't have the Eagle, so I don't need to go for that. Which means it's pretty simple that you're going for either the Inferno Towers or the Queen. So it's really easy to break those strategies down for lower Town Hall levels if you're explaining it for higher Town Hall levels. At the same time, if you're doing it the other way around, it won't work. So that's one of the big issues. And at the same time, that's why I'm mainly doing Town Hall 12 content. So even if you're Town Hall 9, you can still learn something when I'm showing Town Hall 12 strategies, because you can most of the time copy those, at least the thinking behind that. Once again, you won't have an Eagle, or you won't have a Warden on offense maybe, but well, you don't have a Giga Bomb, so you don't need it. It's all good. At the same time, for Town 11, well, you use the Warden to block the Eagle shots, but you don't have the Warden or the Eagle on Town Hall 10 or 9, so you don't care. You can just copy the main thing, the main idea behind the attack, which makes it super simple. And for me, way easier if I want to reach a bigger audience. I can show Town Hall 12 content, and at the same time, I can explain with this strategies for Town Hall 9. Everything below Town Hall 9 is the start of Clash. You're going through this when you're even if you're not investing anything, no gold pass or anything, then it takes you probably, I don't know, a couple of months maybe to get to Town Hall 9 completely, going through Town Hall 8 completely max, and then entering the Town Hall 9 fun, where the game actually starts with the Queen, etc. So yeah, at least that's what's the thinking behind that when I'm doing those videos. And I just wanted to try to explain a little bit to you, because I see so many comments about, can I use this strategy on my town level as well? Can I use this army as well? Like, what do I do against it's like other bases? I always try to tell you guys or explain the strategies really general, which means you always can copy those armies if you have the troops. For example, if you're, I don't know, like doing an electron, you won't be able to make it probably on Tower 9 because you don't have the slammer, you don't have the blimp or whatever to get an electro dragon in the base. Maybe sometimes it's working if you don't have, like, if you somehow get the queen with your electro dragon, but that's really rarely. But like the example is that as soon as you have those troops that are essential for the army, for example, if it's bat, it's dragon, it's bats. If you have dragons and bats, then you're ready to go. So that's pretty simple, and that's why I'm mainly concentrating on Town 12. I hope everyone understands that, and I will of course show sometimes, like today, attacks of Town 11 and Town 9, Town 10. I'm rarely showing Town 9 because there's so much stuff missing. Like, you don't have the siege machines, you don't have Inferno towers. Like, yes, Town 9 takes a long time, but still, it's I don't know. For me, Town 9, it's really hard to talk about that. I would try to get you guys some bases for Town 9, 10, and 11 really soon again, but I don't think that there will be too much content for Town 9s in general on my channel. So I hope you guys understand that, and it's okay for you, and you won't hate me. But yeah, I think it's the best for reaching the bigger audience in the end. What we are seeing right now is probably one of the strongest strategies for pretty much any town hall where you have healers, where you have access to bowlers, whether it's on your CC for Town 9 or whatever, where you have access to P.E.K.K.A., which means Town 9, Town Hall 10, Town Hall 11, and Town 12. All of them can use P.E.K.K.A. Smash, and if you're Town Hall 10, for example, then you have access to the bats as well, which means you can use, like I'm showing right now, the P.E.K.K.A. Bobat strategy. And it's super strong right now. What is the main goal of this strategy? The main goal is pretty much to get rid of as many splash damage defenses as possible, like Inferno Towers, the Wizard Towers, etc. As soon as you're being able to do this, you can just like get the bats in. You have, like he has right now, 3 freeze spells overall, and you can just like freeze those defenses for ages, and it's just such a strong strategy. Really nice freeze on the multi and the Wizard Tower, and this in the end is going to be an easy triple. And like I said, you can use this strategy on pretty much any town hall levels where you have access to the key troops, and it's always the same idea. Go for the splash damage, try to make a pathing pretty much for your bats. That's it. That's the easy way. And on this one, this is going to be an overkill. There's so many bats left. There's a P.E.K.K.A. left. Queen is still alive. Even more loons. Baby Dragon. So a really nice attack. Now I'm coming to the strategy, which I'm always telling you guys, if you're new and want to learn like your first really good strategy and don't just want to spam E-Drags or anything, and you're on Town Hall 10 or 11, that's like the power points pretty much of this strategy, go for dragons and bats. It's first really simple, and second, it's super strong. Like, it doesn't really matter on which base you're using it, it's always the same. And what you're doing, or what you're trying to accomplish, is like, once again, like in the P.E.K.K.A. Bobat attack, you're trying to get rid of the splash damage in your in the enemy base, which means for this one, it's the Inferno Towers, the Expo, the Wizard Towers pretty much. I marked all of the splash damage on this base, and you maybe noticed there's a huge area where there's no splash damage at all, which means if you can somehow get the dragons to path like I will use a different color, like this through the base, then you can just like clear everything over here with your bats. It's super simple. And on this one, he even has a witch CC, which means never ever bring a poison to a dragon attack. There's no reason behind that. Never bring a poison with you. Always try to bring more bats or a free spell. Either one of those. And what he's doing right now, freezing the expos, even missing one of the expos, and then tanking on the outside, trying to tank the wizard towers. First, iTzu exploded, wizard tower is frozen, he's getting a lot of value with his bats, and the dragons are just going through the base. Like, drag bat is probably one of the easiest and meanwhile one of the strongest armies. And as well, if there are like people who are always saying like this is the best strategy for Town Hall 10, best strategy for Town Hall 11, there's no best strategy for those town levels. Pretty much any army is working for that. Even on Town Hall 12 right now, Suilauro is probably a little bit stronger than any other army right now. Like just a little bit, but any other army, you can use pretty much any army you want. You can even use Valkyries on Town 12. So every single army is viable, and on Town 11, 10, etc. as well. So that's totally up to you. If your favorite troop are the dragons, go for this strategy. If your most favorite troop are P.E.K.K.A., go for P.E.K.K.A Smash or P.E.K.K.A Bobat, like I just showed you guys. It's totally up to you, and there's no like, this is the perfect way to upgrade, or this is the best strategy out there. That's just not true. It's totally up to you what you guys want to use. For example, even though Suilauro is the strongest army on Town 12 right now, if I'm using it, it's probably not the strongest army anymore because I'm just not good with it. So I have to pick what I'm good at, and that is queen charges, for example. So I'm taking an army which is with queen charge and then something I like. For example, the Hawk Riders. That's how I came up, or like that's how I decided what army should I go for pushing, for example. It's not the strongest army maybe, but that's the army I like, and it's working for me because I'm good at this army. So that's pretty much the message of this video. I hope you guys liked it, even though I didn't talk too much about the attacks. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.